Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more, so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit servicenow.com.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome back to Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network. You can follow us on our YouTube channel as well, at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. I'll be joined occasionally by my football gurus, Paul and Ian. Let's get to it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rams Up Podcast Network. I'm Ian. Thanks for tuning in on this breaking news episode. Like, subscribe, share this video and podcast with all your fellow Rams and football fans out there. I appreciate it. Everyone here on the network very much appreciates it. But man, oh freaking man. The news that I think many of us were prepped for, maybe, like we thought when the season did end, but when the news dropped, most of us, including myself, were not ready for the reality that wide receiver Cooper Kupp officially on the trade block. Brutal business, this NFL or any professional sports business, as Cooper Kupp took to social media not very long ago as he posted on X, Twitter, Instagram, and other sites that he and the Rams have talked and they plan to work together to get him on a new team. And let's pull that message up right now as Cooper Kupp wrote here. I was informed that the team will be seeking to trade immediately and will be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue competing for championships. I don't agree with the decision and always believed it was going to begin and end in LA. Still, if there's one thing that I have learned over the years, there are so many things that are out of your control, but it is how you respond to these things that you will look back on and remember. I have taken so much pride in playing alongside my teammates for the LA community. So thank you for embracing my family and making this such a special place for us. 2024 began with one of the best training camps of my career. Preparations start now for 2025. Highly motivated, as healthy as ever, and looking forward to playing elite football for years to come. Love you guys, but coming for it all. As he says that, and then also posts a nice photo of him and his wife celebrating after the 2021 successful Super Bowl run season, as he's there hugging his wife with a Super Bowl champion hat on in SoFi Stadium. With the caption here, "Thank you, LA." Man, what a bummer. as I'm sure many of you are happy with the Luka trade and we're thinking things are nice out here in Los Angeles. But another trade seems to be coming fast, or Cooper Kupp's time as a Ram is 99.9% over. Always that 0.1% things happen, but it's over, Rams Nation, unfortunately, as Cooper Kupp will be in another uniform in 2025, and what a freaking bummer. But I'll hold myself accountable with you guys, as I've been very vocal for about half the 2024 season that something was up with Cooper Kupp, whether it was father time got him, whether he was secretly hurt and not 100%, or other reasons, but I thought those were the two, and I was very vocal of how I thought Tutu Atwell, definitely Jordan Whittington, the rookie, deserved more playing time than him, just based on what I was seeing watching the film after games. And it was obvious that something was up. He did not look as explosive running routes. He did not look as quick or agile. He wasn't juking people out of their cleats like he had been for almost his entire career. And yes, he was never the fastest. He was never the strongest and all these things, yada, yada, yada. But what he was elite at was route running and separating. And it was very clear and obvious that something happened after that Buffalo Bills game where he did not have that same level of burst, quickness, agility in the route running side of his game, which is his strength. And I think the Rams saw that, because if I can see it, if most people out there could see it rewatching games, rewatching the All-22 film, do you not think professional coaches who are being paid a lot of money to make tough decisions, the executives don't rewatch these things and see that themselves? So obviously something was up. And on top of that, the money, guys. For him to be paying or being paid, top 5, top 10 wide receiver money in the entire NFL, and for those issues to pop up. And yes, he had some big catches and some playoff games and all that. And if you think back, though, Rams Nation, a lot of those were contested catches. They weren't like, oh, man, Cooper Kupp's really open on that crossing route or that double move, deep in route or whatever clutch move you can think of that Cooper Kupp has smoked people in throughout his Rams tenure. That wasn't the case. It was a lot of throw it up, Stafford, give Cooper Kupp a chance, and luckily he came down with a lot of those, but the things that, made him special were no longer there. And year after year, as the injuries piled up, it got less and less. And I'll keep myself accountable as well. And I'd said this back earlier in the year, right after he gotten hurt against Arizona. I said, Cooper Kupp will not be a Ram in 2025 if his new ankle injury is significant. And it wasn't crazy bad, but it wasn't good either. He missed time. It'll be 5 out of 8 seasons he hasn't been fully healthy. Rams structured his contract to have the ability to move on from him easily in 2025. Rams don't care what your status is. They'll move on, typo, from anyone. And it's the truth, Rams Nation. This McSnead combo, Sean McVay, Les Snead combination, head coach and GM, and obviously Tony Pastors, Kevin Demoff, and Kroenke have a major part in this as well. But since this whole group has been together since 2017, they've moved on from plenty of high-profile Rams that were still playing good or had a lot of money invested in them. They did not give a crap. Real quick, let's run down this list for any of you who forgot. 2017, former starting D-tackle William Hayes, see you later. Greg Robinson, who had a big, first-round draft pick on him, see you later. E.J. Gaines, the corner, who had played good years in the St. Louis time, see you later. Then we move on to the next year. Robert Quinn, a Defensive Player of the Year level player, see you later, even though you're still owed a lot of money. Alec Ogletree, the inside linebacker, literally just got paid the year before, but you know what? We can get other guys to play at your level for a lot cheaper. See you later. Tavon Austin, see you later. Then Marcus Peters, and Aqib Talib, who played fantastic football, into that deep playoff run where the Rams eventually, unfortunately, lost to the Patriots. Wasn't because of them or the defense. They said, see you later, Marcus. See you later, Aqib Talib. We still owe you money and all that, but see ya. Brandon Cooks, 2 seasons after giving him some of the biggest wide receiver money in the history of football. See you later. Jared Goff, we just paid you. Goodbye for Matthew Stafford. Michael Brockers, a team captain-esque player, a leader of this team. Playing good football. Wasn't crazy on the stat sheets, but play in, play out. He was doing his job and playing well. Peace out. Kenny Young, who was playing like a Pro Bowl level inside linebacker the Super Bowl season. Peace out. Robert Woods, an LA favorite from his high school USC days, and obviously as a Ram, finding resurgence here. Hey, we won a Super Bowl without you. We still have a lot of years left. Peace out. See you later. Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, Bobby Wagner. You guys all still have a lot of money on the books. You were all playing really good football. We'll see all you guys later as well. Ernest Jones this last season, everyone. Playing great football. Set Rams linebacker tackling records. Peace out, dude. And then obviously we can think about Todd Gurley, I know, which burns a lot of people. Just had paid him and said, all right, that knee's no good. Peace out, Todd. So all these players, Rams fans out there, now including Cooper Kupp in this, whatever your status is, no matter what you've done, if the money and your play and performance on the field are not matching up, the McSnead combo, Les Snead, Sean McVay, they will move on from you no matter who you are. Whether you're a Rams legend like Kupp, you're a franchise-level quarterback like Jared Goff, whether you've been paid like Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, and others, they don't give a damn. They'll move on from you. And it's unfortunate that here we are again. Another high-profile, fantastic player for the Rams is going to be somewhere else. But, again, doesn't make it any easier, doesn't make it any more, I guess, fun, whatever word you want to say. I mean, it sucks. But Rams, under McVay, under Les Snead, they have a history of doing this. So don't be shocked if other big moves will continue to happen under this leadership. And no one is safe. No one is safe ever. And Cooper Kupp, unfortunately, is a part of that. But enough of the negative here. Let's talk about some positive real quick. So where does Cooper Kupp land in Rams history in terms of receiving and all that? Well, I think it's important to point out the best season in wide receiver history, I think regardless of team and anything, Rams or other, the Triple Crown season as Cooper Kupp. Triple Crown, one of few players in the history of professional football to do that. 2021, played all 17 games, had 145 receptions, had almost 2,000 receiving yards with 1,947, and he had 16 receiving touchdowns. And that's just the regular season. And, of course, the playoff run in 2021. He was just unguardable that entire run from game 1 of 2021 to the Super Bowl, finishing off that season. The dude was unstoppable. I mean, whatever adjective to say about how he was that year, it was freaking incredible. And obviously Matthew Stafford was his first year there, and they just had a rapport that just exploded from the jump. And man, what a special year that was, as you can see here if you're tuning on YouTube. That is the best wide receiver season by a Ram. And in my opinion, and I'm sure many other football aficionados out there, probably the best wide receiver season by any player in league history, based on what he did from game 1 all the way up until winning a Super Bowl. I mean, absolutely incredible. And again, the best wide receiver season in Rams history. But where does he stack up in the totality of Rams history? Not just one season like he did in 2021. Well, Cooper Kupp has the 4th most receiving yards by a Ram in Rams history, as he has 7,776, and he's only behind Henry Ellard, a Hall of Famer, Torrey Holt, should be a Hall of Famer, and Isaac Bruce, the Hall of Famer, and he's above Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch, for all you OGs out there that witnessed that when he was winning an NFL championship way back when. And he finishes also 3rd in receiving touchdowns in Rams history with 57, only behind Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. So Cooper Kupp is a Rams legend through and through, no matter all the bad ending that this is and some other years where just the health was not there. there's no doubt about it. He is on the Mount Rushmore of a starting receiver, in my opinion, for the Rams. If you had to build right an all Rams offense, it would be, in my opinion, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, and Cooper Kupp. That would be your starting three. No doubt about it. And the stats back it up too. So
this episode is brought to you by Hyundai. Whether you're running errands with the kids or heading on a weekend escape, the new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid is packed with class-leading advanced safety features like blind spot view monitor, forward collision avoidance assist, and wireless phone charging, so you can stay focused on what really matters. Learn more about the new Tucson Hybrid at HyundaiUSA.com.
It's winter, and you can now get almost anything you need for the coldest months of the year delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a ski slope delivered, but you can get dish soap delivered. Sunshine, that's a no. But a bottle of wine, that's a yes. A snow angel, sorry, no. But angel hair pasta, Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. After watching this season of the HBO's original series, The White Lotus, this is the tropical getaway I needed. One more pina colada, please.
Hey, you're not on mute.
Oh, I thought I was in paradise. Turns out it was my Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate pina colada and Thai-iced coffee-flavored creamers. Inspired by the newest season of HBO's original series, The White Lotus. For the love of coffee. Try now.
You've maxed out your 401k, you're contributing to an IRA, and making some other investments. You're ahead of the game and doing well. But where do you go from here? The same old story can only get you so far. If you want a new take from a new type of financial professional, we invite you to get a fresh perspective beside an agent with the backing of New York Life. Insurance, investments, retirement, and more. Visit NYL.com to learn more. Investments are offered through registered representatives of NyLife Securities, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC, a New York Life company.
he was a fantastic player, drafted in the third round of the 2017 draft, and the 69th overall pick in then. And hey, not a bad start to that career, as everyone thought, oh, Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Tavon Austin was going to be the crew there. And he ended up, supplanting Tavon. Not a bad season. Then he obviously went on to really have an explosive year in 2018 before, unfortunately, tore his ACL. And then 2019 went pretty good. Rams unfortunately missed the playoffs, as that was the last year where there was only 1 through 6 seeds in the playoff tournament. Rams would have been a 7th if that was still a thing. Had a good year. And then 2020 had an up and down year, but stat-wise pretty good. And then unfortunately he got hurt in the playoffs, wasn't available for the second round playoff game against Green Bay. And then 2021, historic year. 2022, injuries. 2023, productive while he was healthy. And then 2024, wasn't his best season. But in totality, blocking, run game stuff. Dude was an absolute unit out there. And you can never say Cooper Kupp did not give it his all. You can never say Cooper Kupp wasn't a hard worker. You can never say Cooper Kupp didn't study his opponents like a quarterback. You can never say Cooper Kupp wasn't a team player. He wasn't a me guy. He was the epitome of this Rams 2.0, LA Rams 2.0 culture under McVay. The we, not me. And he definitely showcased that since day one as a rookie until his final days that are bound to be coming up as well. But man, just what a bummer this is. As this catch, again, speaking of the Super Bowl, this historic moment, Rams history, Super Bowl history, as everyone remembers, it was him, Matthew Stafford, Van Jefferson, who was the 4th receiver, Bryson Hopkins, who was the 4th tight end available, Ben Skoranek, who was the 5th, and he basically put a one-man show on that entire second half after Odell Beckham Jr. blew his knee out, unfortunately, and he deservingly got that Super Bowl MVP. and probably should have won league MVP, if we're just being honest, as I know Aaron Rodgers won it, but he didn't show up that playoff tournament. Cooper Kupp did, and he was absolutely clutch. Tampa Bay catch, leading to the game-winning field goal. This one, clutch catches and touchdowns against the 49ers and NFC Championship, and then everything he did in the regular season as well. But this moment right here, hanging in your Rams cave, everyone. This game-winning touchdown catch on Eli Apple and the Bengals in this past Super Bowl win for the Rams. Iconic moment. And who can forget him showing up in the Mamba edition of a Lakers jersey wearing Kobe Bryant's number 8 in the Super Bowl parade as he hoisted the Lombardi here. I mean, Cooper Kupp was a Ram, an LA guy through and through, and it's such a bummer that it's over. But like we said earlier, writing was on the wall based on the numbers, the money, the injury history, the unfortunate injury history. And here they are as they're moving on from him. Bummer. But what does that look like now? Let's look at it from an objective number standpoint. What does that look like? So if we pull up here, shout out to Spot Track here, the official Twitter account. Trading wide receiver Cooper Kupp. New team acquires his $20 million salary, $5 million guaranteed, and then 2026 he's owed $19.85 with nothing guaranteed. The Rams will have a dead cap of $17.26 million. And you can see his stats here. The 31-year-old, posted 67 catches for 710 yards, including 6 touchdowns in this past 2024 season. But the $5 million guarantee on Cooper Kupp's 2025 roster contains offset language. So if the Rams are forced to release Cooper Kupp, any salary he earns elsewhere in 2025 will reduce their obligation toward that $5 million. So LA may also be forced to eat this $5 million in order to facilitate a trade, which is probably likely, as for all the things that we said about Cooper Kupp's production, the film not being as great as years past, clearly the money he's owed, teams, I mean, which team is really going to want to take that on? As they're probably going to be like, hey, Rams, cut him. We're not going to give up a lot of picks to get him. And if we're just being honest about it, the Rams, when they trade away good players, they really don't get anything great in return ever. So, I mean, if he does get traded, I mean, Rams Nation, just be prepared. A 6th-round pick max. Anything more than that would be shocking. Let's just be honest. Jalen Ramsey, who was still a fantastic corner, only got a 3rd, and Hunter Long. And Hunter Long was a productive player for the Rams. But, don't expect anything crazy. Let's just be honest. And don't be shocked if he ends up being cut because of that big money that a team would have to take on, which I think a lot of teams, if I were a GM, I'd be like, I'm not taking on that salary, that contract. So we'll see what happens. But also shout out to Blaine Grisack. So, the team will save $11.56 million, again, eating $17.26. So there is some good amount of money to be saved. And again, that was probably a big part of why this is happening. But, just like it says here, would not expect a lot in return. I agree. A less needs 6th-round pick special likely in the works. I just said it a little bit earlier as well, as that is going to be the case, unfortunately. But, man, oh, freaking man. Just what a bummer. And I'll end on this as unfortunately, the last game I saw him play was when the Eagles smoked us in that Sunday night game. But I did see one of his last fantastic games, that Thursday night game against the Vikings, where he had an awesome touchdown, some other big catches as well. So my last memories of Cooper Kupp were touchdowns, as he did have a touchdown also in that Eagles game. But I think my most fond memory was the 2018 training camp, as this is the training camp or the practicing before the 2018 season, where the Rams eventually went to the Super Bowl and lost against the Patriots, where I had the very fortunate pleasure, that's really what I could say, of meeting Cooper Kupp and talking to them for probably about like 5 to, I'd say maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes. It was a good little while, as the training camp, I got there a little bit early, and I wanted to talk to some players at that time. Rams Nation, it was not slammed at training camp. We'll just keep it real about it. There was a lot of people, but it was not this super packed event like it's turned into now, which is awesome. But I had time and space, and people could, players could hear me, and Cooper Kupp's out there warming up and kind of, getting some stuff early before practice had started. And I shouted him up. I was like, "Hey, Coop." And he heard me, and he came running over. And I really wasn't trying to call him to be like, "Come chat with me." It was more just like, "What's up?" I don't know, just shouting a name like a fan. But he came over, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How are you? Hey, welcome to training camp. What's your name?" We talked, and I was like, "Hey, pleasure to meet you." And I, picked his brain. "Hey, how do you like Los Angeles so far?" He's like, "Hey, me and my wife, we love it so much. It's great. Hey, it was a fun rookie season, and we plan to move somewhere else, and all this other small talk." And I really chatted him, not even necessarily about football, but his life, LA lifestyle. And, we chatted for about 5 to maybe 10 minutes. Food, what spots he has been to try, all the LA taco business, and everything else, picking his brain about what it's like to be a pro and how different it is from college, and just kind of nitty gritty stuff that there's just no time nowadays to talk with NFL players about unless you run into them elsewhere. Or, you're not trying to be bothersome, but hey, we were in a football setting, and he was willing to chat with me. And we took this picture here. If you're tuning on YouTube, if you can see that, when he was wearing number 18 before he eventually switched to number 10. And here I am wearing a Todd Gurley jersey. And gosh, that was a fantastic moment. Shook his hand and I said, "Man, good luck to you, dude. I think you're going to be a freaking good player. I see it in you. You just got to get more passes thrown your way." And, well, that ended up being the case. From that season, 2018 onward, he was the focal point at wide receiver and eventually led to fantastic things as a Ram. So I always cherish that moment. It's great to chat with them, person to person, outside of just being, "Here, sign my helmet, sign my jersey." I didn't want any of that. I just wanted to, treat him not like this object, treat him like a real person would want to, because I know it gets kind of crazy with the fandom and everyone shoving a Sharpie and an object in your face. But he was cool. Great talking with them. Great to get this picture, and I'll definitely have to get that professionally printed and hang it up somewhere in my personal Rams man cave. But gosh, I'll miss him. But he'll forever be a Rams legend, and he'll forever, in my opinion, be one of the greatest LA faces in sports ever, and definitely for football. And I think if Kevin Demoff, Stan Kroenke, and whoever is around after his playing days are over, and everyone can forget the painful separation that this will be, I think a statue of that, again, famous Super Bowl catch, just like the one you see here on the screen, is warranted, deserved, and needed out there in front of SoFi. Yes, let's get the Aaron Donald one. And I think this one right here of his game-winning touchdown catch in Super Bowl 56 is needed in front of SoFi as well. So if you see Cooper Kupp, run into him, wish him well. Say nice things. Forget the football stuff. Just wish him, hey, you're a freaking awesome LA Ram, and you're a freaking awesome LA community member, and you always have a place here in Southern California, the greater Los Angeles area. But man, oh man, what a freaking bummer. What a bummer this is. As again, Rams Nation, wide receiver Cooper Kupp officially on the trading block, as him and the Rams have come to that conclusion. But we'll see what happens. Will he be traded? Will teams take on his large salary? Will he be cut? But I think regardless, it is likely that we see Cooper Kupp in another uniform in 2025. What a bummer. But with that said, Rams Nation, we'll see what happens. And we'll see you very soon once we have further updates on a trade or a release and where he ends up. We'll definitely update you here on the Rams Up Podcast Network for sure. So thanks for tuning in on this breaking news episode here on the Rams Up Podcast Network. I'm Ian. Like, subscribe, share this video and podcast with all your fellow Rams fans. and we'll see you very soon. But go Rams. Cooper Kupp, you're a legend. And I'll always wear my number 10 and number 18 jersey proudly. Go Rams, baby.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 313, Saturday. Reigning light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira defends his title against #1 contender Magomed Ankalaev, and an explosive lightweight bout between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Pazzi. UFC 313, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.